Congressional hearing disrupted after Judge Andrew Napolitano issued a $1,000 contempt citation against Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett during her testimony on voting rights legislation. The hearing concerned the proposed Protecting Voting Rights Act, a bill aimed at restoring provisions of the Voting Rights Act that were weakened by previous Supreme Court rulings. Crockett, a former civil rights attorney, had been invited to testify about alleged voter suppression measures in Texas. During her testimony, Crockett presented statistical data and documentation indicating that numerous polling locations had been closed in areas with majority-minority populations. She cited internal communications obtained through public records requests and referenced sworn statements from voters who said they were unable to cast ballots. Judge Napolitano interrupted multiple times, cautioning Crockett to avoid what he described as political rhetoric and to focus strictly on factual evidence. Crockett maintained that her testimony consisted entirely of documented facts. Tensions escalated when Crockett challenged the judge's characterization of her statements, prompting Napolitano to declare her out of order and impose a contempt fine. Rather than concluding her testimony, Crockett responded by questioning the legal basis of the ruling. She cited the Speech or Debate Clause of the U.S. Constitution, which grants members of Congress immunity for legislative speech, arguing that her testimony fell within those protections. Crockett also raised concerns about potential judicial ethics issues, referencing prior public statements Judge Napolitano had made criticizing the same voting rights legislation while he was a media legal analyst. She further alleged that Napolitano held financial interests in a law firm that had represented clients opposing voting rights legislation, citing publicly filed financial disclosure documents. The courtroom reaction was immediate, with objections raised and members of Congress conferring with legal counsel. Shortly afterward, Judge Napolitano called a recess and left the bench without ruling further on the contempt citation. Following the hearing, lawmakers called for an ethics review of the judge's conduct. Judicial oversight bodies confirmed that complaints related to the incident would be reviewed, and congressional investigators began examining the financial disclosures referenced during the hearing. The incident has intensified debate over judicial impartiality, the limits of courtroom authority during congressional proceedings, and the broader national discussion surrounding voting rights legislation.